Alright, let's do this. Enter your name. Alright, there we go. I've seen this on Game Grumps. Hey! Well, we're already off to a good start. Well, like Evan said, if you see a text like that, it means that I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Zayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works. It kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Sorry if I'm a real slow reader, guys. I hate reading. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, we would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Zayori catch up to me. Ha! Ha! I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Why does this sound like an actual conversation that I have with a girl? Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Oh, this game doesn't know me all that well. Whatever you say, Zayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Eric, have you decided on a club to join yet? No, I never have in high school, and I never will. In college, anyway, if they do have clubs there, I'm pretty sure they do. But I never joined clubs because they were just a huge fucking waste of time and nothing piqued my interest. A club? You know, the giant wastes of time. I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. Wow, maybe this game does know me a little bit. I haven't been looking either. Oh, that's me. I never looked for anything that piqued my interest either. Hey, that's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. When did I tell you that? Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Zayori likes to worry a little too much about me, where I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Well, that's half true for me. I'm fully true on the games, half true on the anime. Uh-huh. I was thinking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. I was gonna say social skills. Well, yeah, that's me. I have no social skills whatsoever, and I don't want to socialize because I fucking hate people, just like my dad. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? What happiness? I literally spend my time in a man cave playing games. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET. A what? What the fuck is a NEET? In a few years because you're not used to the real world. Of course I'm not used to the real world, because it's a bitch. And the real world will hit you so hard you will have an anxiety and panic attack. You trust me, right? I don't know you all that well. Don't make me keep worrying about you. Do what you want. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry about so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Zayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello! Zayori? Zayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Wow, okay. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes? Yeah, that's me. I'm worse. You don't need to wait up for me. If it's going to make you late to your club... Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Zayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Nini. Zayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. I have no interest in literature myself. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club, since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club. She inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep! I can't tell if Zayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Which I would never do. I dejectedly follow Zayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Zayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Ooh, she's pretty. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure to meet you. I can't do voices all that well. Zayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Eric, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry.
Natsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name's apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. You could say that about any small chick, dude. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Zayori.
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
Zayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy.
And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with the people like Zayori and Natsuki. Yuri seems like a chick who's like 5'8", 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", maybe, about my height, I'd say. I knew a Yuri in high school. He was a real cool dude. Well, it's nice to meet you both.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right! It's great to see you again.
Again, we just met. Monica smiles sweetly. We don't know each other well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Yeah. You best stay away from those girls. Those girls are always bitches. Basically, completely out of my league. Duh! So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little what? You too, Monica.
Come sit down, Eric. We made a room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey!
I made them. I'll get them.
Sorry, I got a little too excited.
Then how about I make some tea as well? I don't drink tea. Oh shit, I didn't read the I accidentally pressed the X button. As Zayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Zayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Zayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da!
Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little kits. The whiskers are drawn with icing. Well, yeah, what else are you gonna use? And little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. I yawned.
So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Yeah, well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
So Yuri grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious!
So Yuri talks with her mouth full and already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
Made them for you or anything?
I thought you technically did, Zayori said.
Well, maybe!
For, you know, you dummy. I guess she's a tsundere. Alright. I got confused with the reading. I'm more used to like saying ya know with YA instead of you know. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. Oh god, what kind of gay-ass club is this? She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
No, nothing helps me enjoy a good book. Because there's hardly any good books that I've ever read. Well, it's not really true. I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know...
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me. It is not a pastime for me because A, I don't drink tea because it's fucking gross. And B, I don't read. I'm not illiterate, I just don't like books. But I at least enjoy tea. No, this game is full of shit.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. That seems like a flirtatious kind of look.
So what made you consider the literature club?
My over-worrying and over-exaggerating friend made me. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Zayori. I was dragged here by Zayori. Just be honest, man. Be honest with why you're here. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Zayori seemed really happy here, so...
That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay?
As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm impressed, or surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
Yeah, well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs.
I can't stand politics in general.
It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events.
Yeah, that's kind of how politics are. Just arguing and shit and talking over each other.
I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it.
There's nothing special about literature. And if it
encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
This is a dream? That's a weird dream for a white chick.
Monica really is the great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all of the effort to start something brand new.
I'm just thinking of the fucking Game Grumps. When they played this game, they made Monica sound like a fucking robot. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature.
You have to work hard and convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You knew it!
Oh wait, I mean... Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I could keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. I know damn well I can't.
So Eric, what kinds of things do you like to read?
Honestly, if I'm being honest, I like to read Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. Those are my shit. And Calvin and Hobbes. Who doesn't like a good Calvin and Hobbes comic? Basically just like animated and cartoonish books with humor in it. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Well, don't worry, Eric, in this game, I'm answering for you for the views, so... Manga? What the fuck is manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Zayori's sad smile. How do you sad smile? Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her anus. Just for me, that joke. That's just for me. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. Typical girl.
My favorites are usually novels that build
Deep and complex fantasy worlds.
The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, and she just kept going. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. I wonder if I had been reading books and not playing so many goddamn games, would my social skills be better, or would they still be the same and just suck? And who the hell would even talk about books?
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own
Lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop?
Eric,
Huh?
what game are you playing?
It's an anime game. I'm just giving character voices, okay? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. What?
It's the music I've been hearing.
Oh.
That's what's bugging me.
Oh.
I didn't know where it was coming from. I thought it was a TV, and then I thought it was the oven.
No, because of the whistling in this?
No, this song. I mean, parts of it sound... I could hear that. those same companies.
Oh!
The oven makes when it's done preheating. So I'm sitting there staring at it going, what the hell? And then I thought it was like our TV show, and I'm like, no, this isn't in. I wouldn't be hearing those sounds in the coroner's office. What the hell?
Well, it's the TV, okay.
Oh my God, no. All good.
I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. That's how I feel sometimes. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes you think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Or wait, yeah, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror! I don't know how I feel about horror, really. I don't read horror books. Because that's just stupid.
Oh, why is that? Well,
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Dude, say it out loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems.
Everything you do is just so cute as you are. Zayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute!
Natsuki, you write your own poems? That's so queer.
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's fucking stupid. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
You're right. Maybe I'll just like make up my own lines instead of reading this shit.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself.
I don't know if I should just do these girl voices anymore, because it's just gonna make my dad come in like, you know how I know you're gay? Huh. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for you, Yuri.
I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay! I have an idea, everyone.
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. I hope I said that right.
Let's all go home and write a poem of your own.
Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even.
Yeah! Let's do it!
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us. My fucking stuttering. It will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Eric? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. I'm jerking it. There's still one problem.
And what's that?
Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Zayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. I lose my shit. All four girls stare back at me with dejecting eyes. Yeah, they don't like you now.
But I'm sorry. I thought Eric.
You all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make clear-headed decisions when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes! I'm so happy!
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. What, is she jumping up and down on my dick?
Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone, I think with that we can officially end today's meeting and on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. I think that's that. I skipped too quickly. Eric, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. What if I just walked in with no note and I just expressed myself with, like, no clothes on? Yeah! Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Eric, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
Nah, I'll run. 'Cause that's what I do. That's right, Zayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Zayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? No. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Yeah, keep thinking that. Narrating me. Narrator Eric, because no matter how much you think you grow on a girl, none of them will ever want you. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. I guess Yuri's my favorite club member. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. Hurt, cute, rain cloud, meager, destiny, incapable, romance, marshmallow, unrestrained, whirlwind, cute. Jeez, I gotta do this 20 fucking times? Determination. Blanket. Awesome hair. Awesome hair. Fireflies. Suicide. Oh my god. I don't think I want love, because I'm a lover, not a fighter. Shiny. Yeah, Yuri does have shiny hair. She's also kawaii. Heaven sent. Unstable. That describes me more. Broken. Bliss. Crimson bouncy melody. Vertigo. Uncontrollable raindrops. Headphones. Lust. Beauty. Horror, because she likes horror. Dance. Childhood. Pleasure. Lucky. Graveyard. Oh my god. Pleasure. Kiss. Because I am a kisser. Vivacious? Vivacious? I don't know. Sweet. Pink. That more describes Natsuki. Passion. Peace, bro. Depression. Silly. That's me. Comfort. Joy. Doki Doki Poem Slam. I'm trying to clap them cheeks. Skirt. Skirt! Giggle. Nibble. I'm trying to nibble on them cheeks. Swimsuit. Chocolate. Sensational. Alright. That's my poem, I guess. Is this like a fill in the blank? Hi again, Eric!
Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Sometimes I do. Well, most of the time, really. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in. So everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Eric. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Okay, Natsuki's obviously a bitch. Zayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. Okay. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who's a fucking cunt. Like I said, I want to fill in my own blanks sometimes. For someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki smash! Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! I don't know what manga is. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Eric always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. Honestly, that could not be more true. I do give it my best as long as I'm having fun. But with a literature club? No. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. Yeah, and what do I get? Fucking nothing. Do I even have a job in this game? Because I would have said fucking paid. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting, and you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? What are you, a pyromaniac or some shit? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Eric can become good friends too. Sayori. ... As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Ooh! Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori... me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What did I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. Ooh, is it Calvin and Hobbes? It's a short read, so you should keep your attention if you don't usually read. And we could, you know... Fuck! Discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having cheery conversations in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book, and I can't help but notice intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot! What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it. Those things where you can't really admit you're into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out, giggity, of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know how that Oh, I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box. Closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls. What the fuck is Parfait Girls? Parfait may be the most delicious thing on the whole damn planet. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on the door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. God, I hate these bitches where they're like, it's the tone of your voice and shit. Like, well, if you... go fuck off then. But I'll tell you one thing, Eric. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki well, I already have judged you by your cover. I've judged you to be and I can tell you're a bitch. Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right in my hands. Ah! I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly whatever mo is. Don't just stand there. What? Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this.
Don't just say that!
You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. Dude. Bro, she's just not into you. I don't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip to the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? Attention to what? I am, but nothing's really happening yet. Okay, well that means that's a no, that I'm not paying attention. I'm not paying attention because there's nothing happening yet. So I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of girls in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot?
Well, obviously.
You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about the simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you.
Hey, wait!
What's that supposed to mean? What? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess. But is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit anything. Yeah, why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious, since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence! I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone impressionable, or I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We read for a few more minutes. I've finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you?
It's not.
Even though you're just watching me read?
Well, I'm fine with that.
See now, I knew she was a tsundere because those kind of girls are basically the kind of chicks who are just basically like cold-hearted bitches at first. But then as you gradually start to know them and get, and they start to know you a bit more, they kind of start to develop feelings for you. Because look at the way she's looking at me. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited, giggity, when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series that I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't?
That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know.
What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends?
Could you not rub it in?
Jeez. Sorry.
Like I could ever get my friends to read this.
They just think manga is for kids. Well, you kinda look like a kid. But as this thing stated, everyone in this game is over the age of 18. But I'm gonna need to see some ID. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face! I know those kind of people. Oh god, do I ever. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other loser. I almost read lovers. Because losers over. It's just I got that mixed with lovers. So, and toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah,
that's pretty accurate.
Wait, which part?
I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this.
At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't wait. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. I can't really do a good girl laugh without running out of breath so fast. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that, and being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on! Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you did look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. Yeah, I think I might want to stop here too. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. I think this is a good time to end the episode. Well, this is Doki Doki Literature Club so far. So far, nothing has happened except I know that Yuri likes me, and Natsuki is starting to like me, even though she's a complete bitch. So that'll do it for today's episode, guys. I will see you guys in the next Doki Doki video. Later.